After being stabbed by a female stalker in his native sci-fi universe, a man named Kanata Tomokui is reincarnated in another world as a goblin named Goblin. Thankfully, his skills from his past life were kept intact, and he now must survive in a completely different world with his skills. The older generation returns home, including 2 female goblins. The males have brought supplies stolen from humans and kidnapped 5 women: twins, a redhead, alchemist, and blacksmith. Goblin defeats the older generation leader to become the undisputed leader of the tribe, assuring the 5's safety. The girls begin to trust Goblin, whom gives them the storage area as their room. A few older generation attempt to rape the girls, resulting in Goblin beating them to death as an example to the rest of the tribe. No one will dare defy him again. Goblin begins sharing Goblin's bed with him. While exploring, Goblin ends up killing and eating the infamous red bear, resulting in his evolution to an ogre, though he loses his left forearm in the fight. After scaring everyone with his new looks, Goblin finds he cannot spar with the others as he is too strong now. The human girls have gotten used to life with Goblin, making Goblin jealous that he is considering a harem. The girls don't mind, so long as he loves them equally. Gob finds a dying artificial carbuncle named Returner, whom asks Goblin to save her master's treasury from greedy adventurers. It's full of legendary items, which her master didn't want humans to have. Goblin attempts negotiation, but he ends up eating the adventurers and their gear when they prove crude. Returner passes in peace, with Goblin eating her gem. Among the treasures is an artificial left hand, which attaches itself to Goblin's nervous system once put on his stump, giving him a new functioning hand. A group of elves rudely demand the goblin Cobglab assist them in a war against humans invading their territory. Goblin eats the men and detains the women. Among new skills he gains, Goblin gains a slime's ability to divide and share senses, which Goblin uses to make sentries out of his blood and line his lover's clothes, so he can detect their location. Gobkachi an ogre and Gobse a half-spell lord. Others evolve into hobgoblins with aptitudes for mage and 1 cleric. The parental generation of goblins cannot keep up with the new ones and tell Goblin they wish to leave. He gives them a mithril blade as a gift, letting the tribe know anyone is free to leave. Later, Goblin gains the ability of Monster Tamer, while the redhead gains the class Noir Salder. Kobolds later seek refuge due to accidentally breaking into the Treasury and triggering an undead swarm. Goblin gains the ability to summon low undead doctors, helping her return home, resulting in the elf chief striking a bargain to share intel and resources. After being gifted delicious booze, Goblin offers a discount on further jumps into a half-bloody lord. With encouragement, Kichi and E become a couple. Goblin eats insect monsters, gaining the ability to fly and create an exoskeleton. The girls get annoyed when Goblin shows individual attention again, resulting in another night of passion. Heading off to war, Goblin names his group Parabellum. Parabellum successfully takes out human troops, among whom are good-natured warriors Goblin spares regardless of gender. A knight, fed up with the noble's bigotry, immediately swears loyalty to Goblin and becomes friends with Kichi and the redhead. Both love battle. Turns out the entire war is due to Sternbild's fatally ill princess, whom her fiancé of the Kalika Empire wishes to cure with elven medicine. Goblin drinks some, giving his blood the same ability. While training the troops, Goblin discovers Sato and Kichi are too dumb for advanced tactics. Having spoken to the Elf King, they decide to end the conflict with the humans as soon as possible and make their next attack on the next enemy encampment. Ogre encounters one of the braves of the kingdom, Filippo the Bonebug. After a fierce battle, Filippo retreats. Deeper in the forest, one of Ogre's body doubles secretly delivers a message, and the cure the humans were seeking for their ailing princess. Parabellum has a memorial for those they lost in battle. More of Parabellum's people evolve after the battle, and some non-human prisoners are offered a place as provisional members of Parabellum if they decide they want to stick around and not return home. After brainwashing the human noble prisoners, he sends them home to act as spies around the kingdom. Ogre also decides that the 5 women he saved originally should finally go home and then decide whether or not they want to stay with him. Afterward, Parabellum is divided into 4 groups and they split up to explore the outside world, promising to meet back in the forest later. Ogre and his group explore the city the women were originally heading to before they were kidnapped and registered at the Adventurers Guild. Ogre also begins advertising his mercenary company. His first semi-official job is from a knight to rescue a princess, who officially hires him to escort her back home after being rescued. All the women decide to stay with Ogre, much to his delight. During the escort, the princess is a royal pain in the beginning, and Ogre hunts down a jade eagle with the blessing of a god to consume its powers. After yet another fierce battle, wherein he loses his other forearm and his left leg below the knee, he defeats the monster and obtains its extremely rare soul stone, an apparently incredible resource that can craft items worth enough gold to buy a small country. After spending the night in a small village, horror sets in the next day as Felicia and Alma's bellies suddenly balloon. They are experiencing delayed rapid pregnancy. Ogre is forced to feed them his flesh, absorbing their nutrients. Finding a cave for privacy, Ogre decides the only solution is to perform C-sections, then broadcast how to perform them back to Seiji and Gobuji for future reference. The Felicia has a daughter, and Alma has a boy. Ogre names them Oro and Argento, respectively. Gobuji notes that babies are mixed bloods, which are not viewed favorably due to persecution, and mentions it might be best to kill them. Ogre refuses, as he knows Parabellum will be accepting of them. While hunting, Ogre gets a white stag's crystal antler and give a business card to adventurers he saved from a large beast. Oro and Argento are already walking within a day, being fed some of the antler mashed. Ogre and Redhead eat some, realizing the stag was a divine beast, and Ogre evolves into an extinct species known as an Apostle Lord and receives a true name, Yaten Doji. The alchemist Spinel and the blacksmith, Emery, give birth 3 days after the Felicia and Alma. Emery has an Oni boy Ogre named Oniwaka, while Spinel has a human girl Ogre named Nicola after a famous inventor. Both receive the mashed antler. While resting in a town, Ogre advertises Parabellum at the guild and buys a camera to immortalize precious moments with his children. After losing contact with Kichi, Ogre heads to the dungeon he was exploring. Turns out Kichi evolved into a minotaur and lost the past to identify him as an explorer, needing Ogre to vouch for him in order to leave. Kichi challenges Ogre to a rematch, wishing to prove his new strength. E is also evolved into a full Earth Lord. Mi feels sad that she hasn't yet evolved again nor birthed Ogre's child. The princesses return home safely, and she gives Ogre a certificate to officiate any future meetings with her, sleeping with Ogre to increase their pregnancy chances. On the way back home, Ogre has Mi train and level up against his summons, evolving her into a vampire noble variant. When Ogre's group gets back to Parabellum HQ, the cave has been refurbished into a proper underground facility by the other team leaders. Turns out, Mi's evolution triggered a skill that gives skills to all the women Ogre has slept with, even evolving the Dryad. Gobji passes away from old age at 20 due to his own short lifespan. Ogre hosts a tournament to cheer everyone up, promising to rearrange the ranking in the company if they prove themselves good enough. Ogre is contacted by the princess, who wishes to hire him to popularize Parabellum. He takes the job, but narrates that it would end up being a bigger deal than he thought.